Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for your favorite weekly show, TDTW Main Event. I am your host, the voice of reason, Ruthers, alongside for tonight, my co-host, Clem Fandango.
Well, hello, the voice of reason. This is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me, Ruthers?
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Yeah, well, what a privilege it is to be here and call this with you a very special main event, because this is the main event prior to March Mania. Well, I've got a stacked card. Why don't you take it through us, Ruthers?
March Mania also tonight, not to be missed. Glad to be back, glad to be here with Clem Fandango. Really enjoying being involved with main event. Unfortunately for the TDTW fans out there, the only way to get me off this show is going to be to get at least 50 likes. But that's not going to happen, you guys. Now, on to our first match of the night, which is a 6-woman Korean strong style match. Let's get this show on the road. We've got Stabby Abby, Big Red, Amy Ruthers, Sophie Jackson, Beautiful Axe, and Joelle. Clem, are there any women here in this match that stand out? Oh.
As we get underway, let's see who makes an impact. Oh, straight away, Hidden Beauty, Ruthers.
Very frantic and quick start here tonight.
That's going to set the tone for the rest of the evening. Things will be fast and furious. Here's a move that usually be well, the last chancery from Amy Ruthers.
The last chancery. And there goes Joelle.
After the back stabber from Stabby Abby. Fast and furious. Oh God, a guitar! That woman never drew a dime.
Amy Ruthers getting back to her feet. Sophie Jackson by herself in the corner.
What's your thoughts on your estranged sister, Ruthers?
Well, obviously she's a member, an extended member, let's say, of La Familia.
Twice removed?
Twice removed. One of the least intelligent members of the family in terms of the hierarchy on our very own island of relevancy.
Doesn't that woman have a doctorate in law, Ruthers?
Doctorates don't matter. Doctorates do not matter to me, Clem. The only thing that matters to me is championship gold. Into the pen.
One on both brands?
One on both brands, but not to the level that is expected of a member of the family. And the only thing that you do with a weak limb is you cut it off to allow the greater aspect of the family to move forward.
Whatever you say, Mr. Patriarch.
You very much like to talk about how Amy's won on both brands, but there's also somebody that you're forgetting about. Why don't we talk about me for a change?
Well, for a change, yeah. Holy action, man. Oh, goodness me. Get out of that way.
Elimination. 3 points. Can't say I'm impressed with my younger sister. Not a great effort here tonight.
I'll have to begrudgingly agree with you there. Meanwhile, in the chaos, the ref misses. Beautiful Axe tapping out to the Hidden Beauty. Oh my God, face first on the ladder.
The referee didn't miss anything. Who's Beautiful Axe? Big Red now with the table into the ring.
Got another guitar. Goodness me. Look at that. Oh, neck breaker and a cover from Big Red. Sophie Jackson stays alive.
backstabber.
Where? Oh, but I know this one. That's the Sledgehammer.
Big Red, a former LBN Women's Champion.
Yeah, but hasn't held that title for a number of years. On this pre-March Mania episode of Main Event, looking to maybe build some momentum, recapture some of that glory.
Speaking of March Mania, Sophie Jackson, a relative of Zach Paxton, who is one of the least talented members of the Dodgy Danny Ludo, who my son Clark will be facing tonight at March Mania.
Well, we'll be expecting your presence ringside as always for that one.
Yep. I'll need to get my other suit on.
Yes, it's a very modest number you're wearing for Main Event tonight.
I try to relate to the people, you know.
Well, I'm sure you do. I'll try not to say anything too derogatory while you're in earshot.
The way I look at it, Clem, you're either a peasant or you're a revenant. And the people who are the revenants know the value of Ruthers and that media and what we're capable of.
I shudder at the very thought.
And Stabby Abby missing with the elbow drop.
Stabby Abby with that low center of gravity. Don't know what caused that.
He does appear to have a sizable badonkadonk. Into the pin now for Sophie Jackson. And a long two. What do you think a win could do here tonight, Clem, for some of these women?
And you've always got to be positioning yourself to challenge for the title. And whoa! Sophie Jackson face first with a Sledgehammer. She may be out of title contention for a little bit now. Big Red opting to forego that cover to turn her attention to Stabby Abby. Didn't want Stabby Abby to get the jump on her. Yeah, Main Event really a proven ground, if you pardon the pun, for people whose opportunity did not come this month. There's the hidden beauty again.
And the referee not acknowledging the tap out.
Did you just completely ignore that?
It appears the ref wants to see Stabby Abby get some more pain.
Perhaps mesmerized by that kick. Yeah, Stabby Abby's going to re-enter this match.
Obviously, we don't use the same referees here on Main Event as what we do on the main roster.
Yeah,
we hire in cheaper labor. Independent contractors, some would say.
Oh! Sophie Jackson, a submission specialist. Stabby Abby will be all too familiar with that.
Sophie Jackson is fired up now. Down to the outside to take on Stabby Abby.
Get away from the damn desk. Here we go again.
Make sure you drop your McDade's football special.
Abby eliminated by a submission. She'll have to go to her, well, for lack of a better term, better half, Andy the Hun. He'll be using his submission skills tomorrow night at El Dorado. Oh, good Lord, on the steps.
Somebody get the medics out here.
Here is your winner, Big Bad Redhead Ashley Hammer.
Big win for Big Red, a big personality, stamping her authority on the women's division tonight.
Victor in Korean strong style. What does the future have in hold for Big Red?
Camera.
Marked.
102, take one.
With overlap, action please.
Action awesome, please.
He doesn't do anything?
No, it's sorry, cut. Yeah, rolling. 102, take 2.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
102, take 3. Action, please.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
What a great match to start tonight. Big victory for Big Red in our 6-woman Korean Strong Style match. Following that up now with an absolute banger, a table triple tag featuring Sully and Void Vekhorst, 3-man taxi, Suck and Kevin Knockout, who are Brain Rot, and the Swago Lanterns. Clem Fandango, if there's a team that was going to win this match tonight, who do you think it would be?
Oh, well, I'm caught. It could be any of these three. Sentimental favourites for me got to be 3-man taxi. I'm, of course, great friends with Masood Balassel. What a great guy in the Discord. But sometimes it's just hard to look past the Swago Lanterns. They have this unusual chemistry. And I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Brain Rot's antics, but that's 2 competent competitors forming into a team.
This match definitely could be one for the ages. Let's get this show on the road.
Yes, sir.
This is a single table elimination. If one of your team members goes through, that is you out of the match.
Yes, indeed. Could end at a moment's notice.
Your thoughts, Clem, on Danny Pumpkin, one of the up-and-coming stars here on TDTW?
Oh, look at that. His version of a flatliner there. He is indeed a very jacked old lantern. I've had my run-ins with him and his proclivity for pumpkin spice. But I gotta respect the competitor, not the man. It is a man. It's a gird, I suppose.
What a gird he is. Partial to a pumpkin spice latte.
Oh. I was not partial to that backstabber.
Backstabber there.
Yeah, do you have any intel on how Kevin Knockout keeps that hat on?
I was speaking to him there earlier in the week, and sometimes he was saying to me that his brain actually swells a bit, so it allows that hat to lock around his head. Again, he has high levels of intelligence. Some say Knockout needs
something.
He's high levels of something, indeed. Some would say Knockout needs to have high levels of intelligence to balance out the lack of intelligence from his partner. But
well, that's a reformed man. Have you ever been to a Turkish prison?
Not that I can recall.
Yes, well, I can assure you he was the best dressed man in there. Johnny Pumpkin's got a table, not able to set it up there amidst the chaos. He's gonna try again. And intercepted.
Sully with that Irish whip to the squad master the outside. Sorry.
Oh, what a drop kick.
It was Sully on the brain there. Sully hidden with that table. Sully not alien to using weapons in his home of Glasgow, Scotland.
Definitely not. The last thing anybody wants here tonight is one of those Glasgow kisses.
One thing that I wanted you to confirm, Clem, Only told me earlier this week that he was actually the inventor of the table tag match. Is there any truth to that?
Oh, I can go one further. Sully actually invented tables. Before Sully, we were just setting things on the ground.
Aren't we blessed to be in this man's presence?
Yes, indeed. Just don't let him near my finances. Speaking of being blessed, what a stacked tag division we have on both rosters. Something that'll be visible later on tonight. Both tag titles defended. Those goddamn green FTR toxic table goons and their farewell retirement match looking to escape with the tag titles from the grip of the men of virtue. Where do you stand on that divide, Mr. Ruthers?
Thinking back, members of the TDTW universe have said this week that could be as contentious as the time the CM Punk took the title off John Cena before walking off into the sunset. Are the toxic table capable of dethroning the men of virtue and walking off with our LBN tag team titles? Let's see later on tonight.
I mean, I'm going to say no. And, well, I liked your analogy. I do remind you that people actually like CM Punk. And CM Punk can wrestle. But those lads continue to prove me wrong, much to my chagrin every week, so...
The toxic table talk a good game.
Oh my god. Well, so does Sully.
Johnny Pumpkin. Johnny Pumpkin.
Oh!
3-man taxi.
Here are your winners.
Sully putting the favorite Johnny Pumpkin through the table. And a big win for the taxi.
Definitely one of the best teams to never hold tag gold here.
W.A.N.K. will this win put them on a path to redemption?
Want als je alles hebt gehad, van kaviaar tot aan patat. Vraag dan jezelf nog maar eens af, hoe moet je verder, hoe loopt de dag? Zelfs als je arm bent ben je rijk, het is maar hoe je het bekijkt. Kijk naar de vrienden om je heen, dat is toch rijkdom nog maar leuk.
What a main event this has been tonight. I know I say this every week, but main event keeps on delivering hit after hit after hit. Starting tonight with a 6-woman Korean strong style match, then followed up by that tremendous table tag match. We now move on to our meat stick madness, featuring Dirty Sanchez, Philip DeRump, Onslaught, and the Wanderer.
Good to see Avery.
The Wanderer, part of Chaotic Enterprises. Do you think he stands a chance tonight, Clem?
Whatever you say, man. All I know is there's a lot of meat in that ring. There's a lot of meat under that ring. Fatal 4-way action.
Here we go. Dirty Sanchez, a former LBN World and Wrestling Association of North Korea World Champion. Done it across both brands. The man has seen and tasted gold. Dirty Sanchez obviously with a great performance against the wrestling machine Danny Mean, who faces off against Health later on tonight for the Discord title. Thoughts on that match, Clem?
Yeah, what a match that was that Dirty Sanchez put up. It took Danny Mean nearly 20 minutes to put away the dirty one. And we could be going for half an hour.
I'm sorry, I just have to interrupt you there very quickly, Clem. That's Philip DeRump taking the meat stick to the Wanderer outside the ring.
Do many people know that Philip DeRump has a large meat stick?
I think that he swings it freely in the background and in the locker room. The Wanderer now taking...
Oh, hey! Stop that, Avery.
Avery? Who's Avery?
Yeah, the other one. Do you not watch YCW?
It might have said the Wanderer, but frankly, I don't really care enough about either of them to differentiate, so I'm just going to go with the Wanderer for now.
Whatever you say, man. But if the so-called Wanderer, due to Savory there, interests you, you can catch him on YCW, and oh, good dear.
This meat stick madness keeps on delivering. Dirty Sanchez with a meat stick to the Wanderer into the pin and the kick out. No, Durham now, the other side on the north, trying to Irish whip, but Onslaught with a reversal into the stairs, and a wee bit of celebration.
Yeah, listen to that fan response to Onslaught. Wonder what that man's got in store for 2K25. Something big, something monstrous, no doubt.
Careful, Clem. Make sure you grab your McDade's football special. It looks like things are about to get spicy.
Oh, look at that. Philip Durant went for that rear view. Wasn't able to quite get the angle on it. This match, of course, under elimination rules.
I know we talked about Stabby Abby having a badonkadonk, but a man that has a tremendous badonkadonk, Philip Durant.
Yeah, one that I hope to see for a long time here on Main Event and on the Warzone. I hope he gets them visa issues sorted out. You know, that Korean embassy can be a bit of a nightmare. Oh, hey, Sanchez, oh my God. Look out, Ruthers, your suit.
My suit? I'm not sure if Philip Durant is trying to twerk there while he's trying to hit a move. Either way, I'm entertained.
I think with him being the embodiment of Korean strong style, all that ass and not based offense, probably both. Into the cover.
Cover now on Onslaught. Onslaught, you could say, Clem, has been bubbling under the surface here in TDTW.
Yeah,
Do you think a win tonight? Do you think a win tonight will put him on the path to glory?
Oh, it certainly could. I think this man's missing a bit of guidance. What would you say, Ruthers, to have an Onslaught be one of your revenants, one of your teachees?
I think you're mistaken there. I wouldn't mentor Onslaught. I don't work Monday nights anymore, baby. But I appreciate you mentioning the Revenants there. Don't forget, guys, you can purchase my new merchandise on the wankshop.com for all you Revenants out there.
I suppose someone will pop that little link in the chat as the gun show from Judas Avery there as Philip Durant continues to swing that meat around carelessly. Oh, Rough Rider. Or would that be a Rump Rider, rather?
The Rump Rider. Philip Durant, as we can all remember clearly, was in the W.A.N.K World title match at Bloody Valentine, which was eventually won by our new champion, Muscle Muffin, who faces up against Manny Panther, who busts great nuts in Pyongyang. Big boy. The W.A.N.K World title.
Yeah.
The W.A.N.K World title match, the main event tonight of March Mania.
I gotta say, I'm tremendously excited for that. I'm also tremendously excited for these meaty men to get away from our announce desk, brothers.
You can hear the slap of the meat stick off the Wanderer there from Dirty Sanchez. Onslaught now getting into the action. I think you were speaking to Philip Durant there earlier tonight. He's having these issues with that right, Clem?
Yeah. Well, he might be having pinfall issues right now. No, manages to stay in the matchup. Yeah, you know what? He's not too great at paperwork. He just keeps kind of like shredding it up and eating it. But I'd like to think Kim Jong-un wouldn't want to lose one of the finest male strippers of wallpaper if there is in all of Pyongyang. Tremendous competitor also.
Tremendous competitor and also an experienced player in the meat stick madness, throwing his meat directly into Dirty Sanchez's face.
Oh, look at that booty shake.
My God, I can feel the hairs in my arms standing up after that booty shake.
Sanchez seen it coming though, got the knees up. Ooh. And that beautiful face of Dirty Sanchez being introduced to the ring post. What the hell's Judas Avery doing? Oh my god!
Meanwhile, Onslaught in trouble into the pin.
Onslaught eliminated. Dirty Sanchez now busted open, it seems like, with that meat.
Philip the Rump is flailing his meat with careless disregard.
Reckless abandon. He's been left alone. Dirty Sanchez, but he's going to choose to follow Judas Avery to the outside. Dirty Sanchez, previously challenging for the title, or defending his title, I should say, unsuccessfully, along with Philip the Rump. What's his path back to the top?
Dirty Sanchez put in a tremendous effort this week on the Warzone. A 20-minute match.
Tremendous effort in now. Oh no, the Rump Rider continues his little bit of a rough patch. He's going to have to refocus.
A bit of a rough patch, but clearly that match during the week has taken it out of him.
Yeah, an absolute marathon of a match. 20 minutes, and oh my. This match may be more of a sprint. Booty popping. Moonsault, no. I think this man's been huffing the Fent again.
Philip the Rump looking like the king of the meat stick.
Yeah, a lot of these things come down to experience. No one more experienced with handling that meat than Philip. But he says he doesn't need it.
Dropping his meat on the floor. The Wanderer now fighting back. Them left shots for the body.
Oh, good lord! Wasted.
Judas Avery.
Back elbow.
Wasted.
He's knocked him clean out.
Judas Avery. The Wanderer. Whoever the fuck he is. I swear. My goodness, excited.
A man from the wasteland.
Philip the Rump looking dominant there until the very end.
If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, it's all the same to me. The pleasure is to play. Make no difference what you say. I don't say greed. The only card I need is the ace of spades. The ace of spades. Playing for the high road, dancing with the devil, going with the flow. It's all a game to me. 7 or 11, snake eyes watching you. Double up or quit, double strike or split. The ace of spades, the ace of spades. You know I'm going to lose, and gambling's for fools. But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. And don't forget the joke.
Well, folks, what a amazing night we have had so far. Now on to the main event of main event, the Cage of Agony match featuring Alistair Agony and the Abominator. Well, Clem, what do you think the keys to success are for winning a Cage of Agony match?
Well, 2 out of 3 falls, no escape. You've really got to pace yourself. You've got to really think strategically about it. This is the specialty match of Alistair Agony, but Abominator's locked in there with Alistair Agony. Alistair Agony's locked in there with the big man of the Wildcat Empire, the Abominator.
Dominator now lifting Alistair Agony into that turnbuckle, firing him into the middle of the ring like a rag doll.
And here come the strikes.
The Abominator not messing around here. Clearly with the physical advantage over the smaller emo like Alistair Agony.
Ruthers, you're a man of the world. What the hell is an emo?
Well, Clem, I've already done some pre-work on this, and I have discovered something new. Webster's Dictionary defines an emo as a style of rock music resembling punk, but having more complex arrangements and lyrics that deal with more emotional subjects. People within the emo subculture may grapple with various personal challenges, such as mental health issues and identity struggles.
I was not aware of that.
Well, now you are.
Oh, God. There's some mental health struggles on display. Very zesty headbutts.
Alistair Agony in the ascendancy right now versus the Abominator, using the speed and quickness to outmaneuver the big man.
Yes, indeed. Would you say that the real Agony is watching him wrestle?
I would say the real Agony is listening to his entrance music.
Oh, yes.
I would say the real Agony is just in general that terrible subculture of music. And I would not be sad to see Alistair Agony lose tonight, to walk out that door, not to turn around now, because I can't be bothered to look at him anymore.
Oh, well, I could watch the big Abominator Hurricanrana him all night. That's about the only thing. Oh, but he's had that knee-based offense of the Abominator scouted. Of course, if you're familiar with the Abominator, you know he's part of that Wildcat Empire, who will be in action later on tonight. What do you think of, first of all, tag partner Lachlan? His business partner Lachlan, his partner for life.
The Wildcat Empire, with the Abominator being the business partner and sexual partner of Lachlan.
The what?
The sexual partner, them two fudge uglies together and play hide the sausage. But Lachlan obviously involved in the triple threat match that we have coming up here tonight at March Mania, featuring the Dwarf Man, Ahmed, and Lachlan himself.
Indeed. No champion's advantage in a triple threat.
No champion's advantage and a couple of bad men. One who's vengeful, looking to...
Oh, God! Speaking of vengeful, that's the Blood Moon Rising, Ruthers!
Blood Moon and the 2 count. Not many people kick out of the Blood Moon.
The Abominator hits hard. Now does his partner Lachlan, who we have aforementioned. Will he be able to bring gold to the Wildcat Empire? He's got to go through that vengeful dwarf man.
Lachlan, one of the mainstays of TDTW. But as you said, facing off against the vengeful one. And then a man who also has perfect bone structure in Ahmed. A jawline I have never seen the like of which.
Carved from stone, like an Egyptian god.
Carved like the gods indeed, Clem.
Unlike Alistair Agony having a bit of a little struggle baby crawl there, but oh no! You might have heard my insults. What the hell's he going for?
Abominator slow to get back to his feet with the elbow reversal and the big boot.
Oh, did you see the height he got on that?
A man that size should not be this athletic.
Yeah. Our good friend in the chat, Manchester, sure has a handful of time keeping him on a tight leash. The Blood Moon once again. 1-0 Abominator.
And you may kick out a 1 Blood Moon, but you don't kick out a 2 Blood Moons. Let's not forget that the Wildcat Empire also consists of their third member, Casey J, who will be involved tonight at March Mania against my partner, Sophie May. What's your thoughts on Casey J, Clem?
Oh, well, what a great underdog story coming up against that incredibly accomplished ring veteran.
I'm sorry to cut you off there. Alistair Agony in the pin again.
Oh, he's
and this
done.
match is over. The Abominator making quick work of the small emo man.
Good Lord, mowing through the small emo boy inside the cage of agony.
Another fantastic main event show. This has been, joined by my partner and co-commentator tonight, Clem Fandango, who will be traveling back to Cuba after tonight's March Mania to present Proving Grounds El Dorado, which roughly translates to the City of Gold, where they will be appointing the inaugural Proving Ground champions. This, again, folks, not to be missed. Clem puts on a fantastic show. Don't forget, it's on the Handsome Be Wonderful channel on Twitch. But what we have here for you later on tonight, folks, cannot miss, must be PLE March Mania. What a cracker we have in store for you. I have been your voice of reason, Ruthers. This is Clem Fandango. This is TDTW, and we are forever